Greetings and congratulations to all of our graduates of the class of 2020 of the Jane Addams College of Social Work. It is such an honor for me to be offering the keynote address at this virtual graduation celebration, especially during this unprecedented time of the COVID-19 pandemic. It is an honor because I still firmly believe so strongly in the great mission of the Jane Addams College of Social Work, even though I graduated 20 years ago with my MSW from Jane Addams. Currently, I serve as the Chief Mission Integration Officer for the Providence St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California, as part of the Providence St. Joseph Health System with 51 hospitals on the West Coast. In this collaborative role, I work to ensure the integration of our mission into the life, the policies, practices, and programs of our healthcare center. A mission that seeks to bring healing love and care to all, but especially to those who are most vulnerable within our communities. For me, while working daily in healthcare at the vortex of our COVID-19 pandemic, I recognize the tremendous value of a meaningful mission. We know that a mission expresses the identity of an organization, its purpose and focus, especially in the most challenging, worrisome, and disruptive times such as we are now encountering on a global basis. The Jane Addams College's mission speaks so powerfully to the advancement of social, racial, and economic justice that informs everything done at the college, from the curriculum to research and to community engagement on behalf of the poor, the oppressed racial and ethnic minorities, and other at-risk urban populations. It is a mission that carries forth the name and the efforts of Jane Addams herself and the great work that she did as a social reformer and peace activist in the early 1900s. I honor and congratulate you on achieving your goal as graduates of Jane Addams. You have come through this time during the COVID-19 pandemic that has brought tremendous changes in your academic life, your personal life, and community life. As you embrace your degree with great pride and joy, I invite you to also embrace the call that comes with it, to continue to live the mission. It is a call to continue the legacy of Jane Addams herself through dedicated work with and on behalf of vulnerable populations living in our marginalized communities, to really help and be present, especially with and for people. And as social workers, you are most needed exactly in times just as we are experiencing in the present. Your call to continue to live the mission is so critical, especially now during this COVID-19 pandemic that is revealing the needs of some of our most vulnerable populations within our neighborhoods, our nation, and the world. Even though we are in an unprecedented crisis moment, this also presents many hopeful opportunities to clearly identify and serve the changing needs of those who are most vulnerable in many settings. There will be challenges to find new and creative ways to utilize your social work skills, your knowledge and abilities through an array of programs and services and policy work to meet the changing needs. By promoting well-being and resilience for children and families, helping people with mental health disorders and addiction to gain treatment, supporting individuals and families impacted by incarceration and youth impacted by violence, leading community development through local, national, and international partnerships, helping youth in our public schools to create their future, managing social service programs and agencies, developing prevention and intervention strategies in public health social work, or continuing in education through teaching and research on evolving social issues. So many needs, and yet so many opportunities to truly make a difference. There are many new challenges within healthcare in dealing with the coronavirus that involve new ways of responding collaboratively in the care of those who are extremely ill. And I would like to share a positive recovery story with you about a patient in our care at our hospital that really brought forth the best in us from a most challenging situation. The patient was a Los Angeles Police Department detective who was released from our hospital after a month-long difficult battle with COVID-19. He is a 52-year-old man who was critically ill on April 7th when he was transferred by ambulance from an Orange County hospital to St. John's to receive a higher level of treatment that included some very specialized care with a clinical trial medication. After several weeks of treatment, he reached an amazing point of recovery that was truly celebrated. It was a very moving experience for me to join the dozens of people, including family members, physicians, nurses, social workers, and other hospital staff, as well as police personnel who were on hand to applaud him as he was escorted out in a wheelchair to the embrace of his wife and his sons. In his response, he shared these beautiful words with us upon his departure. He said, "I would truly, truly want to thank the nurses and all the staff upstairs. I sat there for I don't know how many days watching them come in, and they have the greatest attitudes in the world," he said. "I just want to say thank you." His departure was called a code victory on the overhead page so all staff could assemble in the hallway as our patient departed. And the follow-up quote from one of the treating physicians added, "My heart breaks every time we lose a patient. Every time we save a patient during this crisis, it reminds me why we take this job and why we do what we do." What you do as social workers, what you have now entered or advanced, is truly a special calling to live a mission-inspired life. This is so much more than a job or even this particular profession. This is an extraordinary calling for which you have been well prepared by an outstanding faculty, a rigorous academic program, and formative field placements to be an agent of social change by living the mission that has been entrusted to you. At times, you may see the successful, victorious impact of positive changes from your committed efforts. At other times, you may need to just trust that you have planted the necessary seeds that will one day lead to fruition after your influence. We do not yet know all the permanent changes that will continue to remain in our society and our world as a result of this COVID-19 pandemic. But I believe what we do know is that your mission-inspired life as a graduating social worker from Jane Addams will play a very important role in caring for the changing needs of individuals and families and communities. Embrace your mission, live your call, and give your best because people need you. For this, I thank you as a fellow alumnus for your courage, your generosity, and your loving spirit. Congratulations, graduates of the class of 2020 from the Jane Addams College of Social Work.